Welcome to the Clean Comedy Podcast, featuring James Creviston and Luke LaCoy. Yeah, we're about to get clean up in here, so clean your mouth out with a bar of soap and get ready for the Clean Comedy Podcast.
Hey everybody, it's James and this is the Clean Comedy Podcast. Today we have a very cool episode for you. This is going to be more of Luke talking. He's going to be talking, and we have our good friend David Studebaker, David's Arc, but they've been doing some great stuff on TikTok. Most of you know TikTok is a little dancing app where kids do the same dances over and over again for a million bajillion likes, which I hate. My kids have it, and I don't like it. I think it's stupid. It's also being apparently China is hacking us through TikTok. But we're going to talk to David and Luke about how they're getting all these followers on TikTok, how they're making comedy work on TikTok, and hopefully maybe it'll help you get some followers on TikTok and up your comedy game as well. So Luke and David, let's see. It's not working. There you go. All right. And here they go. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So tell us a little bit about TikTok. You guys work together on this, so I thought it'd be interesting to bring you on to talk about it.
So this is this is more geared towards comedians going on TikTok. While what we talk about might work for anyone going on TikTok, this is more geared towards comedians since
Right.
This is a comedy podcast. So with that, yes, David has a TikTok. It's very exciting.
Oh, yes, I do. Well, I'll give you the backstory about how it went down. Let me tell you what happened. So, initially, when Jack Black was shaking his butt, and that was all you see is the butt shaking on there. I was like, I don't like compressed things as it is. Like, I like long form everything. So the idea of being limited to a minute, I didn't like on face value. My dog's playing behind me. That's great. But then a good friend of mine, his name's Dave Nihill. He's a really funny Irish comedian. He kind of early on in the TikTok popularity, like I think February or early March, he started uploading videos onto TikTok, and it exploded. He got like 300,000 followers in 2 months. And his comedy is really well suited to it because it just is. So so then he put out like a document saying, hey, if you have footage of yourself, you should use it, because he was just chopping up bits he had and then putting it up there. So then a lot of comedians started flooding it, and I waited and I didn't know. And then Luke mentioned offhand that, I actually really like TikTok. And initially I was like, wait, really? I thought I loved this man, but I don't know now. But then I with both Dave and Luke talking, I was like, I have so much footage, and we have hours and hours of David's Arc footage, and I have hours and hours of stand-up footage over the years. So I'm like, why not? And just because everyone says, it's just like booty videos, there's more. There can be more to it, clearly, because Dave's a great comedian, and so I just kind of took it as a challenge. And I wouldn't have done it if I didn't have Luke guiding me, and he still guides me. He still posts, like, I edit everything, but he posts it, he hashtags it, he does all that stuff, and kind of guides me, and we game plan, because I'm still very much like, hey, let me get my TiVo on and record my shows from the 90s. But, honestly, there actually is some fun stuff on there. I've come across some really great people that I enjoy. And, ironically, I feel like I've made genuine TikTok friends. And I see the appeal. When you get past some of the odd stuff, you can really find like people who, it's like a humble person's app. It's like the app for the little guy where, anyone can get big on there. I mean, there's people who all they do, like, grandmas are posting stuff and they're getting millions of followers. But it's like, it's not the cool kids room. And I like that. Like it just is kind of like this different little world. And, you know, we've had some success recently with it, and it's been really cool.
What do you think has been the driving success for that? Either one of you. Luke, do you think it's the hashtags, or do you think it's the content, or what do you think is the driving force?
Spoiler alert, it's not the hashtags. They almost mean nothing from what we've gleaned.
Yeah,
but, yeah, Luke, you can jump.
Yeah, we have an Excel sheet, so we're keeping, I mean, we're both nerds in that regard, so we're keeping really strict data on everything that we're doing. And like, just our data shows that hashtags don't mean a lot. The trending music doesn't mean a lot. What we've done since the first day, we've posted one video every day. We've kept that consistent, and and then we've been really choosy about material. So for comedian's sake, if you have hours of your stand-up, that's all you need. Just a minute clip of your stand-up each day, that'll do it for you. And that's kind of the formula. And now we're unique where, you know, we have David's arc, we have tons of footage from that. So we're kind of trying to differentiate a little bit, just out of stand-up. And then also, you know, David's a father, so we're throwing some fun, you know, dad videos in there as well. But those are the three things. Like it'll only be on those three topics. But, you know, a video a day, and then two, we thought we were too late, you know, to get on the TikTok, but now we're seeing that we're not, and they're, you know, who knows? And some points are super unpredictable. But it seems that now that we've gained 1,000 followers, and that it may be a coincidence, but I mean, now we're starting to see like some serious numbers on the account.
Yeah, it definitely seems like once we hit 1,000, there was a real tipping point. And right after we hit 1,000, the video that we posted that put us over, it went viral, and now it has 340,000 views last time I checked. And like 60,000 likes. And so it definitely, yeah, that was one thing that Dave said, is that you really need a backlog of material, because, you know, it took us, yeah, we're posting video a day. A couple times we experimented with 2 videos and it didn't help. But we did a video a day we started in early June. So we posted like close to 60 videos. And thankfully, and I still have a good backlog. I still have more stuff. And yeah, we, like, in our bio, it shows, you know, it's stand-up comedian, dad, host of David's Arc. And so, you know, every video hits one of those, and sometimes they hit multiple. But that's been something where staying consistent on that has been good. And it's also been nice because, you know, James, you were there for multiple David's Arc shoots. We put in a lot of time, a lot of money. We got some good accolades out of David's Arc, but we didn't monetize it at all for a reason, because, well, various reasons. But we were doing it for a good cause, and B, we wanted more to sell it to a larger network as opposed to just monetize right away. So, you know, so it's really nice because we can't really shoot much stuff right now with COVID. So it's like digging into this backlog and putting it to good use. And so yeah, it's definitely been cool. And it is interesting because, yeah, we've been really meticulous, and we put in a whole lot of conversations, and you know, we're constantly digging in. But one of the things that you also see with it is that interacting with other people is important. So, you know, by just posting and letting it go, you can do stuff. But that was one of the things that Dave said, and that's one of the things we really tried to do, is we watch other people's videos. We comment on other people's videos. You know, I take it as a badge of honor that I'm not one of these people who has, like, I have like 1,700 followers and I follow 10 people. Like we follow 600-700 people, and sometimes you got to be careful though, because like there are a lot of kids on there, and so there'll be like a dog video on the thing, and I'm like, oh, hey, that's cool, I'll follow them. And then I look, I was like, oh, they're a 9-year-old girl. I don't know, I should probably unfollow.
No Crystalia moments.
Yeah, like all I saw was a dog, but yeah,
don't be grooming that dog, David.
Yeah, but also, like, you know, when people comment, you know, commenting back and really just, you know, getting that going. And also, what's interesting about it is the way it works is you have what's called a For You page, where that's just like random videos from anyone. Not some people you follow, some you don't, and it just keeps funneling those. And so you kind of never know how you're going to end up there and where, but we're starting to get a sense. And it's also funny because there's some videos where Luke and I were like, this is going to go big. We're going to do it. We figured it out. And then it goes and it does nothing. And then a video we're like, I don't know, should we even post this? And it blows up. So it's good for keeping you humble. And then the other thing that I have is a lot of years of bringing audience members on stage. That's the thing that of all of our videos that have consistently really popped are the times where someone's like heckled me and I brought them on stage, or I just bring them on stage. Because the way that I interact with audience members is I do kind of poke fun, but I do it in a loving way. And I kind of do it where everyone's in on the joke. And I think that because from what I've seen, there's a lot of people on TikTok who have been bullied, who are kind of going there as a refuge. I think that they've enjoyed seeing that, where it's like, oh, he's, I always say it's kind of like, I'm like Mr. Rogers and Don Rickles kind of had a baby, and that's what I do up there. And
I
so
would agree with that.
Yeah, thank you. And so I think that that's kind of like, maybe there's something in that they enjoy too.
So here's my question. How do you monetize TikTok? Like, how can you monetize this? Like for YouTube, if you get 1,000 followers and 4,000 watch hours, you can monetize, right? With TikTok, how do you monetize that? Is there a way to monetize it?
That's right. James Creviston, turn your funny into money. Right? Right?
Dude, I am all about making money.
Stay on brand. He's got that MBA, people. He knows how to make money. And he does. Listen to him. He's making good money. Well, one of the ideas we've had, because once you hit 1,000 on TikTok, you're allowed to do a live stream. So we are doing our first live stream. Well, I guess this is airing on Tuesday. So Tuesday,
yeah, so it'll be afterwards.
If you're watching this the day this is aired tonight, we will be doing a live stream. And we'll also, the previous Saturday, we'll have done a live stream.
Well, we'll do it. If you guys haven't, this will come out after they do the Saturday live stream, but we're going to do a promo before this that we'll throw out probably Wednesday or Thursday, so people get hyped, and we'll probably do that, and then Tuesday, and then we'll let them know Tuesday as well. So we'll do all of that together.
Thank you. Yeah. So once you hit 1,000, you can do a live stream, and it's really cool the way their live streams work, because it shows up on your notifications that someone you follow is doing a live stream. So it's really clear. And what we're doing initially, because I'm Mr. I guess I'm not like James. I just give everything away. So my first couple live streams,
I don't sell everything. That's not fair. Oh, jeez.
Can I say James is like the most generous guy I've ever met in my life. So let me just put that up there. I just need more turning it into money. But our first one, we're doing a Disney trivia and comedy night. And I'm giving away $50 total, where first place gets $20, second place gets 15, third place gets 10, fourth place, well, not fourth place, so that people stick around to the end. At the end, there's going to be the Luke Award, where Luke will decide someone who gets $5, who he's just enjoyed their comments or whatever. And then Luke also has another special prize that he'll give away. So we'll be doing that out of my own pocket for the first couple. The hope is that we can find some sponsors. Once we see kind of how many people are watching and some data, then we'll try to bring in some sponsors. They'll then hopefully pay for the prize, because Daddy doesn't have a lot of money. So they'll pay for the prize, and then, maybe pay us as well. I know there's other people, Luke will know better. There's other ways where if you have hundreds of thousands of followers, where they do stuff like that. But the live stream I really like, because it's a way to kind of riff and interact with people in a time where I'm not able to do that on stage. So, but Luke, you probably have some more money ideas.
Yeah. How would you monetize, Luke?
So again, this doesn't apply to us because we don't have hundreds of thousands of followers, but there's a way to get paid promotions. So to promote a brand and then make a video that somehow brings awareness or uses the brand or the product or whatever, then they get paid per post that they do for that brand. So like the top, I've been on TikTok too long. So Charlie D'Amelio, She's the
Isn't it
top.
sad that I know that? My kids know that. That's why I know that name. Jeez.
I have no idea who that is.
I do
thankfully,
because
don't
my
know who
kids
that
talk about it. My kids are like, Charlie D'Amelio is the richest person on TikTok.
is.
Yeah, so she's.
Wait, are your daughters on TikTok?
Yes.
Why are they not following us?
Because I don't let my daughter follow anybody on TikTok. She's only has it for cheer.
Dang it!
All right, fine. I'll let her follow. I'll let her follow.
One person. Let them follow one person. I'll be honored. I'll be the one follower.
I'll go tell them after I get off of this.
Thank you. I mean, you don't have to, but
No,
it's all wholesome stuff.
I know.
They've seen my show.
They see your stuff. Luke, so what were you saying?
Yeah, so Charlie is #1 on the TikTok app, and she's like, she makes all these new dances and the trends and stuff. And she just had, it was either like Gap or Old Navy. She did a dance for that and promoting the clothes. And I think she gets crazy money for those type of videos that she posts. But any creator can do that. And I mean, we both, James and I, we listen to Gary Vee all the time. He's always talking to companies to find a creator that would work with their brand to get the word out. And David has made product, all pro bono, product videos for products that he likes, that we both enjoy, or we all enjoy. And, this could be something too, where we can get on board with these companies that we all actually like and we use their products and, maybe get some sort of arrangement.
And now that you say it, it just occurred to me, there's been gigs I've had over the years that we could actually do in a live stream, but there was like one of the Netgear, the biggest router company. They hired me a couple years ago for their new router. They had me host a Facebook live stream where I had to like make fun of and also be like the referee, where the guy who made the product and one of their interns were like competing to see who would put together the router first, and then I was there making fun of them and all that. So there could even be things like that. That just occurred to me that that's another thing. But
so here's my concern. I keep hearing all this stuff about them taking down TikTok because China hacks.
Oh, yeah,
and all
let's
this stuff
talk
or whatever.
about that.
So how is this going to affect you? Because you invested a lot of time and energy into this. What do you think will happen if this happens to you? Now you have to start over on a different platform, and what platform is that?
We're gambling, baby. I like to
gamble.
I actually used to have a bit of a gambling problem. I don't gamble anymore. I'm sober. But I like to gamble, baby. So bring it on. Now, here's the thing. I've been reading up on this because you're right. As soon as I heard that, I was like, really? Like, we put in so much time. Now, thankfully, we live in a free country where, unlike places like India, it can't be just completely banned. Like India, literally, like, you can't access it now.
Yeah.
So what could be done is they could put it on like a watch list, and then Apple and Android technically couldn't put it in their app store, but you could still access it through the web browser and through Safari and stuff like that, like on your phone. But from what I've read, that putting them on that list could be challenged in court, and they would have a really good fight to win that battle. And they're working out deals behind the scenes on shifting where their headquarters are, and potentially even selling the company to a U.S. company. And they hired the guy who was the head of international stuff and streaming at Disney. They just hired him as their CEO. So, I mean, I'm hoping, like, he's a heavy hitter. So I'm hoping, like, they have enough, and they have a huge office headquarter in LA. So I'm hoping that they can make it work. I'm gambling that they can, because it would be heartbreaking. And my other thing is, honestly, like, yes, it is a worry, but I've already given all my info to Zuckerberg with Facebook. And I mean, yeah, China's bad, but that guy's the worst. So if I'm giving it all to him, like President Xi, have it, whatever. I don't even care. I just want, if they have to know that I like to buy Go Macro bars on my, then they can know that.
Everyone knows that. And that's, that's a person that you should reach out to is
President G.
No, is Go Macro Bar, man. That's like your jam.
I know. I've been meaning to do that, and actually
do it
with TikTok. I'm gonna make a note. I meant to do it with Instagram, because at our Disneyland shoot we did a whole macro thing again, and then it just didn't happen. I really wanted to go there and shoot something at their headquarters, because their headquarters are super cool. But I don't know with everything going on now if that'll happen.
And what do I always say, David?
Turn the funny into money.
Turn the funny into money.
That's right. Yeah, no, I think that that would be the first people we reach out to, because I love me some Go Macro. I literally have 9 boxes of Go Macro bars in my pantry because they were on sale for 30% off. So
nice. So is the goal to monetize it, or what is the actual goal for this for TikTok? Like, what's your end game?
Well, I mean, first of all, for me, my goal was just to bring people joy. That's always my goal with my comedy. I like, money aside, like I'm there to bring people joy and make them happy. So that's the first goal. We've already seen people enjoying it, so we've done that. Long term, it would be great to monetize it in some way. It also helps in other endeavors. So prior to the shutdown, we were in talks to sell David's Ark and put it on a streaming site or whatever. So the more social media following we have, the more ability we have to do that.
Leverage. Right.
So it's kind of, that's like the long end is build up more credibility. On the short end, we would love to monetize it in any way, especially with the live stream, because with the videos, you want the videos to be tight, and I don't want to just seem like a shill. Like some of these people where it's like, it's clear, like, okay, they've sold out. They're just doing, hey, I really like this Coca-Cola. We're doing the Coca-Cola challenge. Like, I don't want to be that guy. But the live stream's a cool way to kind of work things in.
And what do you think the numbers are for monetizing, Luke? Like, how many people, like, realistically, what would you have to get to actually monetize? And I'm not saying Charlie D'Amelio numbers. I'm saying, like, legitimate, you can make a little bit of money, a couple hundred, maybe a couple thousand a month. I'm not talking David's buying a Hollywood Hills house or something like that.
I mean, to do it officially through TikTok itself, you have to have 100,000 followers.
Wow.
And then you can start, like, shopping for the right advertiser. But even if you have like 5,000 to 10,000 followers, then you can start working something out with the company at hand.
Yeah.
And also,
how many did you say? 5,000 to 10,000 followers?
I would think that would be a okay number. And then also an added benefit, like, first of all, we're getting so much information from the comments that people leave about the video. So if you're a stand-up and you're starting to post your material, you start to see what jives with your audience really quick, and that's super beneficial. And also, like, we're seeing all these comments on David's Ark about, like, what we were trying to do, and we're getting that reaffirmed through comments that we're seeing. So it's great intel into, like, what we're putting out, and that's a huge added benefit too.
And what's really both cool ways as well is that we started totally from scratch. I had like 3 friends of mine who were on TikTok. I knew no one, and so basically everyone on there who follows is just because they like the videos. And so it's been cool because, like, on the other social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram, there's people who are on there because they like my comedy, but also a lot of people are on there because they're friends, or they're, so it's like that mixture. So, where, like, when complete strangers say they love the show, that's, really nice. And
do you guys, and you guys said you do a mix of videos. So do you have a strategic thing where you're like, stand up on Monday, dad stuff on Tuesday, David's Ark on Wednesday, and then repeat or recycle? Like, do you have a process, or is it just like whatever you're feeling?
We're a little bit more free flowing with it. Okay. We kind of like to go in waves. So we'll do like right now we did a David's Ark episode at Disneyland, which it's on YouTube. The whole episode's great, but you want to go to TikTok, we just posted our 3rd one in a row today, and we might do 1 or 2 more. But prior to that, we had done, 5 from a stand-up show that I did. And then, gotcha. And then sometimes we were kind of popping back and forth more, but kind of we go until it's like, all right, maybe people are running out of interest on that. Let's go to this. And also just as things come, like there was one show, I forgot I even had the footage for this show. And I saw it, I was like, oh, wow, there's some good stuff in there. And so then we kind of put that to the front of the line. So it's also kind of like, what's the best thing we have currently, and let's go in waves with that. But yeah, we definitely try to mix it up.
So we'll probably, Luke, will you be able to link that information that David talked about from that Irish comedian? Do we have a link to that we can link in the show notes and stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
And And is there any other advice you guys can give to comedians who may want to try to replicate the situation? And is there a way to speed this process up? Are you finding that there is now a way to speed it up, or that you can accelerate your course now that you have all this data? I'm not saying you have to share that secret. I'm just asking, like, do you think it's possible?
Yeah, one of the things that I would say is really genuinely interacting with other people on the app is the quickest way. Because if we're right, I mean, it's really coincidental that like literally we hit 1,000, and that video prior to that hadn't been doing much, or it did okay, but then it rocketed. It like jumped like 50,000 views right away. So you want that first video when you hit 1,000 to be a strong one, so that, because I think they do kind of test you out and boost you. But when you're on that road to it, and now we're closing in on 2,000, and it's only been a few days since we hit 1,000. So, but when you're on that road, genuinely watching videos, interacting, commenting, liking their page. And also what I try to do is I don't just go to like the video that has a zillion views. Like I try to find people who have in like a few hundred followers, and they're following at least a few hundred people. So it's clear that like they're posting and they're also following, and then interacting with those people. So that's kind of one of the best ways as you're going along, because then they'll see your page and then they'll start interacting with you. So that's, I would say, the quickest thing. The other thing is definitely like going in, have a backlog. Like before Luke and I started, I spent like a month editing constantly. Like we had 30 videos pre-edited before we even started posting. And that's one thing that Dave said, and it'll be in that document that Luke will post, is having a really strong backlog so that you don't hit it where you're like, oh, I have to, do it. Because we had some delays, and we kind of got to that point where like we're trying to catch up again. But having that backlog is really important.
And does it let you post like early, and then you could just release them on certain days? So like you could post all 30 and have them saved, and then you could release like this one gets released Monday, this one gets released Tuesday. Does it let you do that?
You have a draft folder, so you can get everything ready, but you have to actually physically push the submit button to post it.
Gotcha. So it's not like YouTube where I can post the video on YouTube and then it can be scheduled a week from now, and I can schedule another one, 2 days after that and whatever and stuff like that.
Nope,
and it's funny too, because like there's people who like suppose like we've hacked TikTok. We know exactly the times, and they'll be like, you need to post at 4 a.m. on Saturday and 6 a.m. on Monday and 9 p.m. on Tuesday. And I'm like, I'm not gonna set my alarm for 4 a.m. wake up my baby just to like exactly. Well, and actually, I guess technically that would be Luke, because he's the one who does the post.
He doesn't have a baby. Get up before, Luke. Get up before.
Yeah, I couldn't in good conscience be like, hey, Luke, hey, Dollface, why don't you post at 4 a.m.? Wake up, Claudine. She's doing good work at the hospital, but she doesn't need to sleep. So we just do, we do 4 o'clock every day. It's good time. People are watching. That is one thing we've seen, like, for between like 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and like 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., most days seem like the most active on there.
Okay.
So, and that's what we've seen, a lot of people have done too. So that's what but yeah, I know you can't just schedule them out.
Gotcha. Okay. And so where can people, if they go on TikTok, what name should they be looking for? What should they be looking for, guys?
The handle is Studebaker Comedy. So that's STUDEBAKER comedy. Or search my name, David Studebaker. That might also show up.
Okay.
And then Luke also, here's the thing, Luke has a TikTok as well. So Luke, tell him your TikTok handle.
Yeah, it's Luke LaCoy. It's looking sad now compared to this monster of account that we've made. And also one more thing, like we post daily, but we also subtitle every video. And I think that's pretty important. I mean, especially for stand-up, because if people are watching like at work or, whatever.
They don't want to put the volume on.
Right. So you have the subtitle so you can at least get the jokes. That's really important. And it does matter where you put the text, because all these hashtags and stuff can cover up your subtitles. So, you play around with that too. And that's pretty important.
Yeah. And I'm glad Luke said that, because that's one other piece of advice is, if you don't know, TikTok is, if your phone is being held up vertical, that's the video aspect ratio. and you'd be shocked. If you've shot something in 16:9 widescreen, you'd be shocked how little that is on there. So that's one of the things that takes up so much time, is when I'm editing it, I'm having to shift wherever I want the focus of whatever we're watching. I have to shift that into the middle. So one little hack I'll tell people at home: set up your, I mean, you can set up the aspect ratio in advance, but I find it's better to do it in widescreen, put the subtitles in directly in the middle of the screen, and use those as kind of your northern star. And then you have to play around, because sometimes like I'll scale it out in Final Cut and make it smaller. Sometimes I'll do a crop. You change and go to crop, and you crop the bottom and it shifts. Don't do trim. Trim just cuts it. Crop actually crop shifts it, or you can shift where it is on the X and Y axis. So that's one of the things you really have to do, as well as play around with that, because you could have a great video, but if you're not showing everything, and then Luke, then after that, I send to Luke, you can tell him on the back end what you do. He then, when he puts it into TikTok, he'll kind of reset it for their aspect ratio. So some of our videos take up the whole screen, some don't. So Luke, you can go on that one.
Yeah, I use a free app called Splice, and then that you can set up the vertical aspect ratio, and then from there you can kind of like scale it to see how much to make sure that the subtitles are actually on the screen, and then from there it exports really clean video with high resolution out of that app. So that's
and actually, how did you get the free app? Because they wanted me to pay. Like, I did the trial, and then they're like,
it's because they know you're big money.
This app, kid, you're gonna have to pay $10, or we're gonna break your legs.
Oh, do you know what? I downloaded it like maybe a couple years ago, so maybe it used to be free. Oh.
You were back when they were trying. That's actually one last thing. Sorry, James. I know we got to go, but that's okay. One last thing that if people don't know, because this is something to know, when you have an app, it's always best to get in as soon as you can, because a lot of apps start out and they're not in the monetization phase. They just want to get as many people as they can. Then they start monetizing. Sometimes that means in subscription, but with social media sites like TikTok or Facebook or Instagram, it's through you reaching people. So like Facebook, when I started on Facebook in 2006, it was like anyone, the news feed was whatever was the most recent thing. Anyone could get seen. You could use it really well. Now they're a glorified, mob ring, where if you have a page on there, the only way people outside of it, or even people who have liked your page, if it's an official page, the only way they see it is if you pay them to boost the post, where they'll be like I have, I think for David's Ark, 1,200 followers for the David's Ark page. I make a post. They'll show the analytics. It's been seen by 34 people, and they send me a message. They say, if you want this to be seen by more people, boost the post. And I'm like, so that's what they do. And then they make it so that they create gates. So in order to really explode, you have to either pay or kind of get in on the back end. So that's why getting in early, if we'd gotten on TikTok even earlier, we would have had an even better advantage.
You'd be taking some Charlie D'Amelio money.
Yeah, exactly. because the earlier you are on there, then as people start coming, there's less things to choose from, and you can get out there more. So it would have been great if we'd gotten in when Dave did, because he got in right before COVID. Because when things shut down, everyone downloaded that app and started shaking their booties. And so he got in there right then. And so we came in a little after the flood, but we're still early enough that they're still in the early phase. They haven't completely, broken it. Or like, YouTube, there's so much competition on YouTube. There's so many videos that it takes so much posting to really get going. Whereas like some people on TikTok, I've seen people, they posted 3 videos and the second one got 500,000 views. So, it's definitely still in that phase.
That's awesome. All right. Well, you guys have fun on TikTok, shaking your booties and do whatever you guys do.
I haven't done that yet, but let me tell you, if we start slowing down, I run out of stand-up videos, I might have to start unbuttoning a little bit, shaking it around.
Well, all right. That's awesome. So where can everybody else find you besides TikTok? What other places can they find you guys? Whoever, Luke, David.
Luke LaCoy on Google.
And David?
For me, David at David Studebaker on Instagram. David Studebaker on Facebook, or at David's Ark Show for our David's Ark page. Twitter at David Studebaker, YouTube at Studebaker Comedy, and Google at David Studebaker, or www.davidstudebaker.com for all your David Studebaker needs.
All right. Thank you guys so much. You can find me at jamescreviston.com. You can find me at comedypreneur.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Oh, and if you're watching this on YouTube, check it out in the background. Put your comment in there if you know what this is from. Okay, I'll talk to these guys after we stop recording. But if you know what this is from, what show, go ahead and put it in the comments there. We'll shout you out. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a great one. Like, subscribe, and see you next week. Bye.
Yeah, we're about to get clean up in here. So clean your mouth out with a bar of soap and get ready for the clean comment.